There's a belief most of us carry without ever questioning it, that being a good person means staying loyal to everyone who's ever been part of your life. That walking away makes you cold. That distance means betrayal. It's a beautiful idea, rooted in love and gratitude. And it might be quietly ruining you. Here's what nobody tells you: the people who drain your energy, distort your thinking, and dim your ambition don't usually do it with cruelty. They do it slowly, casually, almost invisibly. And by the time you notice, you've already given years of your life to connections that were never helping you grow. The Stoics, philosophers who lived through war, exile, slavery, and empire, understood this deeply. Stoicism isn't a cold philosophy. It's a fiercely protective one. At its core is a single idea: your inner world, your thoughts, your values, your sense of self is the only thing truly yours. And your job is to guard it well. Not with walls. With wisdom. With quiet, deliberate choices about who you allow close enough to shape you. So today, let's talk about the people you need to gently, privately, but firmly move away from. 1. The constant critic. We tend to fear the loud, explosive critic. But the most dangerous one is the person whose doubt becomes so familiar, it starts sounding like your own voice. Epictetus said that we should make the best use of what is in our power, and take the rest as it happens, and your self-perception is absolutely within your power. The constant critic's opinion is not. Start a private wins journal and write one thing you did well every single day. It sounds small. It isn't. Over time, it rebuilds the inner voice the critic has been slowly replacing. Before sharing anything meaningful with someone, ask yourself honestly: does this person have a pattern of building people up or tearing them down? Protect the deep stuff accordingly. Give critics surface-level access, nothing more. 2. The manipulator. The Stoics believed that reason, our capacity to think clearly and act wisely, was the highest human gift. The manipulator's entire strategy is to bypass that gift entirely. They speak to your fear, your guilt, your need for approval, instead. Marcus Aurelius wrote that we have power over our minds, not outside events, and that realizing this is where real strength lives. When someone twists your words, reframes your boundaries as selfishness, or weaponizes silence, they are not having a disagreement with you. They're dismantling your ability to think straight. Practice giving yourself 24 hours before responding to tense exchanges. Write down what was actually said versus what you felt was implied. Clarity often lives in that gap. And reduce access quietly, without drama. Fewer entry points mean fewer opportunities for confusion to take root. 3. The gossip carrier. There's something seductive about being in the know. Gossip feels like intimacy. But Seneca warned us to associate only with those who will make us better, and someone who trades in other people's secrets will never make you better. They'll only make you more exposed. Test the relationship gently, share something small and unimportant, and notice whether it travels. Keep your conversations with this person focused on ideas and goals rather than people. And when gossip enters the room, redirect it calmly: I'm not sure I should know that. What else is going on with you? And watch what happens. Your privacy is a form of power. Stop letting others spend it as entertainment. 4. The excuse maker. Stoicism has no patience for excuses. Not because life isn't difficult, it absolutely is, but because excuses are a quiet agreement to stay exactly where you are. Epictetus, who was born into slavery, wrote that we should seek the good not in external things but in ourselves. If a man in chains could find internal freedom, you can find the discipline to stop absorbing someone else's limitations. Do a monthly audit, write down your 3 biggest goals, and ask honestly whether the people around you are pulling you toward them or away from them. When someone offers you an excuse-filled story, respond with curiosity rather than agreement. What would you do differently next time? Not to lecture them, but to stay anchored in ownership yourself. Your standards are contagious. So are theirs. 5. The comfort zone keeper. This one is the hardest, because this person isn't a villain. They may genuinely love you. They just love the old version of you, the version that fits comfortably inside a life they understood. Marcus Aurelius wrote that we should never value anything that forces us to break our word or lose our self-respect. And here's the truth: growing is self-respect. Shrinking to fit someone else's comfort is breaking a promise to the person you're becoming. Stop over-explaining your choices to people who haven't earned the role of guiding your life. Start investing more of your time in environments, books, communities, conversations, where ambition is ordinary, where growth is expected. Growth doesn't need permission, but it absolutely needs protection. 6. The drama magnet. Seneca once wrote that we should retire into ourselves as much as possible, and this might be the most radical idea in all of Stoic philosophy. In a world that profits from your outrage, your anxiety, and your constant reaction, choosing peace is an act of defiance. The drama magnet pulls you outward, away from your center, away from clarity. Establish a daily quiet practice, even 10 minutes of stillness or journaling, that resets your emotional baseline before the world gets to it. When chaos enters a conversation, practice the Stoic pause, breathe, observe, choose. You don't have to react to everything that deserves a reaction. Calm isn't passivity. Calm is where your best thinking lives. 7. The one you've outgrown. And finally, the hardest truth of all. This person did nothing wrong. They may have been there during the most important chapters of your life. But you've changed, and the connection no longer fits who you're becoming. Marcus Aurelius called loss nothing more than change, and change, he said, is nature's delight. Outgrowing someone is not betrayal. It is nature. Allow natural distance to grow without guilt, reduce frequency gently, not dramatically. Write a private letter of gratitude for everything that connection gave you, not to send, but to find your own closure. Then invest that emotional energy into relationships that genuinely challenge, inspire, and reflect the person you're becoming. The closing truth: guard your inner world. Here is the closing truth the Stoics left us: your attention, your energy, and your inner world are finite. Sacred, even. You don't need conflict to protect them. You don't need announcements or confrontations. You just need quiet, consistent choices, choices that honor your growth, protect your peace, and align your life with the person you are genuinely becoming. The strongest thing you will ever build isn't a career or a reputation. It's the discipline to know who deserves access to your inner world, and the wisdom to act accordingly. Move quietly. Move deliberately. Move forward.